Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we are reviewing the Nokia 3310 versus the Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max. Even though at the time of this video the iPhone 15 Pro Max has not been launched yet. It's going to launch tomorrow on September 12th. But this website has all the information, or most of it. So you're probably like, oh, the Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max is obviously going to win. Well, yeah, it's kind of obvious. No offense if you didn't notice that. But this is mostly just to see how much, or how far we've come in tech. Okay, so first, look at the pictures. So this is a button phone. The only buttons on this phone are the volume buttons and the action button and the power button, I think, still. This had no camera and was released in 2000. In 23 years, look how far we've gone from that to that. Now keep in mind, this wasn't exactly a top of the line phone when it came out, but it's still like what most people had, you know? Most people at that time had a Nokia. So this took mini SIM, which is like ancient. This takes a bunch of different SIM card. Yeah, so it hasn't been released yet. So 5 lines resolution. What that means is there's 5 lines, exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, this has an LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED 120Hz HDR10 Dolby Vision display. That's a mouthful. The screen size on this was tiny. If I had to guess, maybe an inch or 2. But this is 6.7 inches. This did have a soft key, which is rubber buttons, a screensaver, just like me. This just has a straight up always on display. You didn't really have to worry about your screen cracking back then, because number one, I think it was plastic, or maybe it was glass, I'm not really sure, but then again, it's also like tiny, so but this you have to worry about, because that's like the only thing. So that's why it has ceramic shield glass. So we don't know anything about this GPU, CPU, chipset, or operating system, or in some sort of Nokia operating system. It says this runs, or it's shipping with iOS 17, with the Apple A17 Bionic, a hexa-core CPU, and 6-core GPU. So no card slot. This has a SIM card only. And the only memory that it had was 8 dialed calls, 8 received calls, and 8 missed calls. That's all the memory it had. Or all the memory you had to use. It had more stuff, but it came like pre-downloaded with stuff. Apps weren't really around on that phone at all. Anyway, so this has practically unlimited entries instead of just SIM card. It has video calling, which, wow. It has 100 received dial and missed calls. Practically unlimited. You can get up to 1 terabyte of internal storage on this. Insane. So no cameras on this, on the Nokia 3310. But the iPhone 15 Pro Max, in case you haven't watched my earlier video on what to expect for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it should be up in this corner right now. It has a 48 megapixel camera, 12 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, and a 13.4 megapixel ultra wide. And that has the LiDAR scanner and stuff. And it has dual LED tone flash, 4K at 60 FPS, 1080p at 240, and Dolby Vision and cinematic mode and stuff. Had a front camera, this has a front camera too, 12 megapixels, and then 1080p at 120, and the same 4K at 60 FPS. So this has a loudspeaker with no headphone jack. It's funny because this is so unevolved that it doesn't have a headphone jack. This is so evolved that it has a headphone jack. So this has 6 ringtone levels and 10 volume levels. Okay. This has a hotspot capability and Wi-Fi connection. It has Bluetooth. It has NFC. Then, again, check out that iPhone 15 and what to expect video. Because then I will tell you USB-C Lightning instead of Lightning. So, this didn't have a camera or a front camera, like no cameras at all, so it couldn't use Face ID. And there's an accelerometer, I don't know, gyro, proximity, compass, and barometer. Those are like ahead of its time. They both have clock and alarm, pretty good. Languages, 17 for menu, 11 for T9. I don't know what T9 is, don't judge me. So, one major thing about the Nokia 3310 is it had predictive text input, which was insane. It had smart messaging, don't really know what that is. It had a calculator, a voice dial, a currency converter, which I guess now our version of that is just Googling it or having an app installed. Calculator, chat mode for SMS, and different profiles. This just has ultra-wideband and emergency SOS satellite. This is a removable 900 milliamp hour battery. This is a lithium ion 4852 milliamp hour non-removable battery, which I guess makes it less convenient to repair, but it allows you to have a higher quality of battery. So this has wireless charging and wired charging. I said wired charging. So I am actually looking to buy a Nokia 3310 for a future review. It's not going to be brand new. It's going to be used. I'm getting it off of eBay because, I don't have a huge budget to spend on this. So, yeah. The standby time, 55 hours to 260 hours. That's a big leap. This is a long time, so long that hasn't been recorded. 2 hours, 30 minutes for talk time. So, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I do not know, not the standby, not the talk time really, but Mr. Who's the Boss, shout out to him. He's probably my favorite tech YouTuber. So he does battery tests comparing all the iPhones. And the iPhone 14 Pro Max lasted like 9 hours, 13 minutes. And he does like pretty hard battery tests. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is, I think, his champion so far, with just beating the iPhone 14 Pro Max by 2 minutes. Again, I mentioned repairability. You can take off the back cover, mostly to remove the battery and insert your SIM card. Now, where is it? I do have I don't know where it is right now. I do have an old BlackBerry phone. I bought it at a flea market. In case you don't know what those are, they are like where vendors like set up stands and like sell stuff, like sell old used stuff. So I actually bought that BlackBerry in Brussels, Belgium. I bought it in Belgium. So it is the international version, I believe, instead of the US version. So it's kind of cool. Not really different at all. Anyway, so I might review that in a future episode. So yeah, for colors you could just exchange the front and back covers, like this and the back. And this just comes in different colors. I guess if you really wanted to, you could change the back color. Like, that costs a lot of money, so if you don't like a color, you get just slap a case on it. And if it's a clear case, put a bunch of stickers on it. Get creative. So, there you have it. We reviewed the Nokia 3310 and the Apple iPhone 15 Pro Max, which has yet to be released. When it does get released, I will review it. Obviously, like I said earlier, I don't have that big a budget to spend on this stuff. So, I'll probably just review it with specs like I did this time. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I worked pretty hard on this, like getting the idea and script and all that stuff. I probably will work hard editing, because last time I had to edit for like 5 hours on my last video. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and put it to all notifications. That would really help me. And until next episode, peace.